Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Sinéad.
Hello, Jay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Formula Fun podcast.
Woohoo!
Thank you for everyone who has been watching, listening, subscribing, and liking. Really appreciate it. But continue to do
And
so.
commenting.
And commenting, yes.
Yeah,
And
that's the big
our-
one, actually. Interaction.
Yeah, following
I think.
our social stuff as well. We really appreciate it. But please continue to do so because it builds our channel and hopefully builds a bit of community where we can just talk about all wonderful, fun things regarding Formula One. We're here today. We're going to be doing a slightly bigger episode next week where we can cover all the other teams that we haven't done so far, but two of them are still yet to launch. So this week we're just going to talk a bit about some of the news that's been happening in Formula One before the testing kicks off on Wednesday. But firstly, Sinéad, how are you?
I am very good, thank you, Jay. I'm wearing my one and only piece of branded F1 clothing today, which is this lovely t-shirt from Williams. It's baby pink and it has a little unicorn on it with a helmet, and on the back a huge, gorgeous, I won't get up because I won't be able to get down again because I have a cat on my lap. But it is the best piece of merch that Williams ever made. Secondly, it was my birthday last week and my lovely fiance as a gift got me
My God.
a life-size cutout of George Russell. It is literally life-size. It's about 6'2", and look at him. Hi everyone, I'm George Russell. He keeps hiding it in different rooms of the house. So every time you go into a new room, you turn the light on, George Russell's there. It's a real jump. You think it'd be a good thing, but it's actually quite scary. Yeah. So I now live in a house, me and 4 boys. Got my cat, got my son, got my fiance, got my life-size cutout of George Russell.
So you're living with a future world champion is what we're saying.
Right. And I know which one I wouldn't kick out of bed. Am I right?
There we go.
The cat.
You're talking about
Yeah.
the cat. Aren't you?
Yeah, the cat.
Do you have the story behind the unicorn that's on your t-shirt, your Williams t-shirt? Do you
Right.
know how that all came about?
Sort of. So why don't I give a very broad thing and then you fill in the blanks, assuming that you know the answer.
Ish.
Right. So Carlos Sainz, who is the driver that wears this number 55, was sent a unicorn by a young fan called Sparkles, and he put it in his car, or he had it in the paddock
He
in the
stuck
pit
it on the back of his
lane.
helmet.
Oh, it was a sticker. Yes, he stuck it on the back of his helmet and then went on to get a podium that race. Yeah. And that was in his Williams, and no one thought Williams would even touch a podium last season. And he ended up getting not 1, but 2. Am I right?
He did. He got 2 podiums last year, yeah.
He got 2 podiums while his ex-teammates and Hamilton at Ferrari didn't get any. Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So how did I do? How did I do?
That was right. That was what
Yep.
I mean, I don't have any other information. It was at the Azerbaijan Baku Grand Prix. That's it.
Right,
I guess. But he had a really terrible or tricky start to his year, his campaign starting with Williams. Things weren't going great, but it was one of those things going, it's just a case of circumstance. Things just haven't quite clicked together yet. And then, towards the end of last season, he was doing some really good results. And I think Albon outscored him, but in terms of, Carlos had 2 podiums, which in a Williams was a big deal. And we'll see what happens with Williams this year. Cadillac launched their livery yesterday at the Super Bowl on an advert. They did a video launching the livery. It's bringing old McLaren vibes back, I think. It's like a silver, then goes into a silver grey and then a silvery white on the other side. I actually really like it. It's really simple and plain.
I've seen a couple of photos of it. I'm just glad that they didn't go down the route of whacking a big old American flag on there. I mean, what do you think about the fact that they announced it at the Super Bowl in the form of an ad?
I think it says a lot about. I think Cadillac coming into this being we're the true American team. We've got the history and the heritage of American racing as a car manufacturer as well, and I think they're really trying to get the Americans on side, which I think Drive to Survive has already done in terms of the sport. But the fact that they've launched it at the biggest sporting event.
Yeah, and that will have cost them so much money as well. Like, those ad slots are famously very expensive.
Yeah, but do you think that they would also be like, yeah, let's welcome in another sport? Like, I don't know. No, it probably was still very, very expensive.
Yeah, no, I don't think they were like, look, we'll do it for 20 quid, all right? Just don't tell anyone.
Give me 50% off, no. But I think it says a lot about the place that Formula One is at the moment in terms of, from a marketing perspective, financial perspective. All the teams are very cushy. Like a couple of years ago, the likes of Williams, their car was bare. There was barely any sponsors on it. It was a struggle to get money. Whereas now, that Williams that launched last week, it's got sponsors all over it. They've just partnered with Barclays. Literally the nose is like, how many sponsors can we fit on, and where can we fit another sponsor? So all the teams are in a really good financial state, which means the sport's in a good financial state. So I think Cadillac launching via the Super Bowl, great. Let's get more of the American market in. Why not?
So one of the things that I only learned like relatively recently, probably early last year, was about the cost cap that they have in Formula One. Now, one of the things, I didn't know that, right? So one of the things that's always kind of irked me a little about other sports that my friends, family, partner follow is that it's sort of inherently unfair that if a team has lots of money, they can buy their way into a championship or buy their way into a cup win, where another kind of grassroots team that doesn't have that sponsorship or ownership can flounder. And obviously in a sport like Formula One, where it's like there is so much money flying around, it's actually it is kind of cool that they've put their foot down and said, no, like it doesn't matter if you're Mercedes or you're Haas, you can spend X amount of money and that's it. Now, I know there are caveats, right, in terms of like driver pay and
driver pay, marketing, travel costs, salaries, I think. For
Super Bowl ads.
Marketing costs, wouldn't have been included. Yeah. But salaries of 3 of the highest paid team members that aren't drivers, driver salaries and stuff, that's not included in the cost cap. Next up, we have testing. So, as we all know, the shakedown.
Is this thing on?
It's on. Last week we had the shakedown, or nearly 2 weeks ago now. We had the shakedown. This week, Bahrain testing. This is what usually happens. We usually have 6 days of testing, 2 sessions in Bahrain. We've had that for the past couple of years. So this week, Wednesday to Friday, we have the cars on track. If you want to find out in real time what's happening, I believe there's like an hour of coverage at the end of the day, which is live. So I think it's the final hour of the testing session. You can watch that. And then there's also a roundup of the day with interviews and things of drivers and team personnel to talk about how their days and how the team is operating throughout this test. Once that test is over on Friday, they then have a week, and then they are doing another test, the second test, on next Wednesday, which I think is the 18th, I hope. The 18th of February until Friday, and then that is them done.
That's us.
Testing finished. Let's take the cars back to the factory. Let's do some more developmental work. Let's see what else we can add to these cars, and then the first race in Melbourne. And I'm so excited! Honestly, this year is going to be class. So, I've been thinking about it a lot and listening to other people talking about it. Like, I feel like it is going to be real life Super Mario. Without throwing the bananas out the back of the car, you're going to, like, imagine Sinéad is in her little Yoshi car, and I'm in my little Super Mario car, and I've got a full battery of charge and overtake. I use the whole battery to make sure I get past you, but you've been really clever and you've saved most of your battery, so that, you use it on the end of that lap, and then you get another bit of battery and you overtake me again. I really hope there's going to be lots more overtaking and on-track action this year. I hope so. It depends how the cars are to follow. If they can follow them, then it should be good. And they've removed a lot of the downforce. The cars are a bit more twitchy, a bit more squirrely, nimble.
Also, from a broadcast perspective, because I know last year I saw that some of the fans were getting annoyed about the things that the broadcasters choose to show and at which points. And I remember actually there was a real big backlash because they kept showing the reactions of like the drivers' fiancés, and everyone was like, or like celebrities, and everyone was like, we don't care like what Kelly Piquet thinks of this race. She's just standing there like looking really beautiful with headphones on or ear defenders. And then next thing you know, I don't know, Sainz has overtaken Alonso and no one saw it.
It was the end of the Singapore Grand Prix, and Hamilton, something went wrong with his car that he was driving so slow, and he ended up corners. His brakes went.
He was like limping toward the finish line.
Yeah, he was cutting all these corners, but Alonso was catching him so quickly, and it cut to Carlos Sainz's girlfriend in the garage, just going, "Well done." Yeah, I understand.
But I actually noticed. So I saw that. That was a backlash, and like within a week they stopped doing it. So obviously someone from Sky is on Reddit seeing all the threads going, we need to... Also, what were you just about to say about female fans?
No. I said that I think Formula One... So Formula One put out the feed of the race, everything else, then the Sky F1, Sky Italia F1, I'm going to assume it's something like ESPN in America or whatever. They take that feed and then they add their commentary on top. So it would be up to Formula One as a brand and as their, where they're pointing the cameras and which camera to cut to is up to them to sort that out. And then Sky, or as we see it, take the feed.
Gotcha.
But I understand that Formula One have a broad audience. Like, they have the audiences that are, and I'm not putting you in a box, Drive to Survive, that want to know more about the girlfriends, the partners, sure. And then you have the likes of me, who's just like, I just want to see cars racing. So yeah, but they've got a big old audience. But like you say, I think that was the extreme. That Singapore Grand Prix was ridiculous because Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari with brakes that don't work anymore, and Fernando Alonso catching him, and then I think he literally overtook him like by 0.2 of a second over the line. That should have not
take
happened,
precedence
and I think
over
exactly. And I think
agree.
they have changed it, and it's good. I also have a bit more news about Cadillac and the fact that we're doing testing. Cadillac are on track today. They are doing
today being Monday the 8th of February.
Monday
the 9th.
9th of February. They are on track today doing their second promotional filming day. So just probably trying to get more mileage, trying to get ahead of schedule so that they're raring to go on Wednesday for the actual test. Out of all the things on a Formula One car, what is the one thing that is the most important that the teams have no control over?
Brake lights?
Okay, so Formula One cars don't have brake lights because the reactions
do they not? What are the red lights?
That's their lights to tell the driver in front that they're harvesting energy, or they are rain lights.
So I'm actually shook by that information because how the hell do they not crash into each other more?
You just have your braking points on the track. But this is another thing. Maybe they will, because they're going to be braking at different times, because the closing speed's going to be different depending on what energy they're using. This is why this year is going to be so awesome.
It's probably really obvious. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, tyres.
Strictly true. They have a choice. No,
but they have
within a race.
They have a choice of what.
But there's no they don't have a different brands that they can use. They have to use.
They don't develop the tyres. All they get are these Pirelli tyres. And here's the next thing. I could talk all day for this. Sorry, for everyone that's listening, I said at the start of this episode, I don't know
nothing to talk about. It's going to be like 5 minutes.
Right. So, qualifying. Qualifying is coming up. And for qualifying, you drive out the pits, you do basically a whole lap, then you have your timed lap, which is the one that's timed to see where you're going to be on the grid. So, for the tyres to be warm, they have to drive fast.
Yes.
But now we have 50% electrical power and 50% normal combustion engine. So what do? Do you drive fast around your out lap before your qualifying lap to get the energy in the tyres, the heat in the tyres, so the tyres will grip the tarmac quicker and you'll be able to go around corners quicker, but therefore deplete your battery so you can't use the extra power in your qualifying lap? Or do you piddle about at 10 miles an hour, a little bit quicker than that, around the lap, and then gun it, heading into turn one with cold tyres and you might spin off? Like, it's all those things. I'm just like, it's going to be so exciting.
Yes, that is exciting. No, it is.
Anyway, nerd time over. Let's go over to the fun news with Sinead.
Not all my news is fun, actually. Like, one of them is fun. You could probably guess which one. And then the rest of it's just like things that I learned this week, but they are a little bit technical. So Here we go. So, big news, breaking news. Lewis Hamilton has a new partner, a new girlfriend in the form of one Kim Kardashian. But yeah, they were spotted at the Super Bowl together. So some people, last week, I think people that care about this stuff were in denial because they were like, oh, well, it's just a blurry photo of them at a rest. It could be anything. But they were photographed at the Super Bowl together, side by side. So that's pretty compelling evidence.
Yeah, okay. Hope he's happy. Because he needs to be happy to win his 8th championship.
Yes, I hope he is too. And I hope he doesn't get distracted by young Kim and her wiles. Let's stay on Ferrari. So 2 things I learned about Ferrari. No, it's good. It's good.
Is it? Okay.
So 2 things I learned about Ferrari this week. They're the only team that have made 2 separate cars for testing. Now, we know that you're only allowed to have one on the track. Yeah, Google it. Actually, I thought you were going to Google it. Do Google it, because this could be wrong. I have to cut it out. So you are only allowed one car on the track for both drivers, but they've made a second car to which they are adapting in tandem with the car that they're testing. Am I wrong?
Doesn't look like it.
As in, I am wrong?
No, it looks like you're totally right.
Oh, there you go. So I think that's quite clever.
Yes, great. Let's hope it leads to a championship. I'm only laughing. I don't think it will, but I really hope. Lovely. Love that bit of news.
Yeah, I have a couple more.
Go on.
So, obviously there have been rumours flying around about Christian Horner, ex-Red Bull director, team principal. Obviously, still has a lot of years left in him, working years, and was never going to stay away from Formula One for too long. So what I did know that he was trying to find his way in at Alpine. What I didn't know is that he is hoping to buy the slice of Alpine off of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney and Patrick Mahomes, the American footballer, who I only know about because of Taylor Swift.
And I want to say Anthony Joshua and Rory McIlroy, because they
potentially, that sounds right. 24%.
They
I
do
believe.
24%.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's the that's the consortium that he's looking to step in on. Yeah. So there you go.
He still wouldn't be a majority stake. Well, then again, it's
quite a lot though. It's quite a big percentage. Yeah.
Should Christian Horner go, you know what, I've done great. And he kept saying in this interview, I don't need to come back. I don't need to come back. Well, of course you don't. You've got all the money in the world. You've done a very good job.
And he could make, he could do, what do people do? Like speaking tours or like,
he's doing one. He's doing a speaking tour. I want to go. I really want to go. But unfortunately it's in Melbourne.
Oh, okay. Okay, last quick thing. So, Haas, the little dogs that could, or whatever. The little car that could. That's like a book. It doesn't matter. So they are, underdogs in terms of the ranking of the teams, let's say. So they have a new title sponsor this year in the form of Toyota, who are making their engine? No. But they are a new title sponsor. Yes.
Yes, but there's more to it.
So Haas are a team that they're kind of like living in the shadow of Ferrari, in that so I didn't know this, so they've never had their own simulator before. Like the team have never owned a simulator or a wind tunnel, and basically had to ask Ferrari to use theirs, like a younger sibling being like, can I use your Game Boy, what am I, 75? Can I play on the PlayStation? It's that sort of vibe of like, so that's going to massively hinder their development if they can only use stuff when the older team is like, yeah, it's free. They also had to purchase all their parts from Ferrari, which obviously massively limits like their, opportunity to diversify, develop.
Yes,
then,
but it was a way to keep the costs down.
Right. Which has then left them very little money to build infrastructure moving forward. But apparently all that is changing this year. Obviously, the biggest release of the Formula One pre-season, the new season of Drive to Survive.
DTS.
Starts
Yes.
2 weeks from now.
27th. That's exciting.
I'm very excited. Do you think
I think there's going
like
to be so much to pack in. There's
there
so much.
absolutely
They have to do a couple of
is.
extra episodes.
And like how much say do the drivers get in the edit, do you think? Because I don't think they get as much as you might think they do. Because I
the
think
teams will have a say.
right, okay. Because I think like when they allow Netflix to film whatever, they're kind of, because there've been some things left in previous seasons that you'd go like, really? Did Horner allow that scene of him to be left in, or like did Toto allow that? You know the what I mean.
I do.
I have it written down. I printed it out.
I think that, yeah, I mean, surely Netflix have ownership over everything they get. But
Yeah.
there must be parts where teams maybe politely ask, can you not include this bit?
Yeah.
And Netflix go, it's really entertaining. So let's stick it in. There's so much to unpack. Horner leaving, Lewis Hamilton joining Ferrari, Mercedes continuing to be not very good, but getting 2 wins with George Russell, Sainz at Williams, fairy tale.
The McLaren papaya rules.
The McLaren papaya rules, Hulkenberg getting a podium. Like, there's so much stuff from last year. It's going to be jam-packed. I would love it if they did a couple of extra episodes. Right, shall we go to Quizifying?
Yes.
You can start this week.
Oh, did I not start last week? I think I start every week. All right. Yeah, no, I'll do it. All right. So, first question. George Russell, future WDC 2026 champion of Formula One, this week released a new watch collection with IWC. How much does the standard release watch cost? And, okay, so I'm not going to give you a choice of 3 because that's too easy and you always get those right. So I will give it to you if you can get the cost or the price of the standard watch to within $2,000. Either way.
Okay. Is it a limited edition?
Yes, in fact, there are only 1,063 in homage to the number 63.
Okay, well then that's going to rank the price right up. $12,000.
Yes. The answer is $14,000.
Is it?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. 1, really happy I got it. 2, never going to buy that watch.
No, I actually, can you believe that in my mind I was like, oh, I must check that out. And then I was like, of course. I mean, IWC is a huge Swiss watch brand. So, it was never going to be like a Casio 40 quid at Argos job,
It's mental. $14,000 on a watch.
Yeah. And that's the basic version. There's like a more luxurious one that's 19 grand. So there you go.
Wow.
Next
Lovely.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. The song Pappy by Haas is integral to the F1 fandom. Why? And I'm not helping you with this one at all.
Fine. Firstly, don't know the song Pappy.
Yeah.
Who is the artist?
Haas.
Never heard of them. It's got something to do with Formula One, has it?
It's integral to the very fabric of Formula One.
All the drivers came together to do the chorus as an ensemble.
As an ensemble? No, that's not the answer. You're going to kick yourself.
Am I?
Yep. Do-do-do-do. Max Verstappen. Do-do-do-do.
Is that the song?
Do-do-do-do. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a dance hit in the noughties. Yeah?
Pappy.
By Haas.
Haze.
So
Okay.
there you go. Okay.
Anything music related, I'm like, gone. Unless it's Sinatra or Nat King Cole, I have no idea.
So, what is Lando Norris's big phobia? Is it open water? Is it needles? Or is it bees?
Or is it Oscar Piastri? Bees.
Correct.
Yes! Because I'm exactly the same. Also,
Are you?
Yeah, I hate bees and wasps. Right.
So that's 2 out of 3.
Here's-
Not bad. Are we like? Are you beating me now?
I stopped counting because I
Oh,
was
right.
doing so badly.
Yeah,
But
fair.
for this week, 2 out of 3, I'll take it. Okay. Hamilton and Michael Schumacher have the most driver titles. That is 7. Okay. We were talking earlier about Adrian Newey, who is a car designer. How many constructors' championships has he won? Bearing in mind that Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton have won 7 drivers' championships each, and the amount of plaudits they get, how many has Adrian Newey? Constructors, not including the drivers, just
Okay.
constructors.
So, do I have options, or like, do I have to get it exactly
You can
right?
get it. You can get it within 3.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember everything that I've learned about Adrian Newey from you, which is that he's worked for Red Bull. Before he was at Red Bull, he was at McLaren. Before that, he was at Williams. Yes. Okay.
I'll tell
And
you a
now
secret.
he's at Aston
all
Martin.
of them
Won
won a championship.
a championship under him. Yeah, that's okay. So let's say, I think last week we discovered that Williams had won 9 championships in their history. So I'm pretty sure Adrian Newey wasn't there for all of them. But let's give it a conservative estimate. Let's say 4. Then let's say 1 at McLaren, and then okay, I'm just gonna say 12.
Well done. Smack bang.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Thank
5
you.
with Williams. 5
Okay.
with Williams, 1 with McLaren, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Red Bull.
There you go.
Very good. Well
Thank
done.
you.
You're doing really good. Who is the current world champion?
Who's the what?
Current world champion.
Is this a trick question?
No, this isn't part of the question. It's just
Lando
entering into it.
Norris.
I'm
All
trying
right.
to get my podcasting better.
Lando
So-
Norris.
Yes, correct. Can you tell me the last world champion to drive for McLaren?
Were they driving for McLaren when they won, or it's just had they ever driven for McLaren? You know what I mean?
They had won a championship, and then they drove a McLaren. For reference, I got this wrong.
Right. Good. That's good. Very good. Sebastian Vettel.
Incorrect. Okay, so it was Fernando Alonso. He retired from McLaren in 2018. Now, I thought he retired a bit earlier than that, and it was Jenson Button, but that was incorrect. Jenson Button drove for Braun GP in 2009 and won the championship. That's a fairy tale story.
Been meaning to watch that. Braun film.
On Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So he drove for Braun, won the championship, then immediately jumped ship and went to McLaren with Lewis, raced at McLaren to 2016, and then left. Yeah, because McLaren weren't great. I actually thought it was Button, but it turns out it was Alonso who left in 2018, who won the championship in 2005 and
2006.
Yes. Well done. Very good. Okay.
Next question. Which year did
Next
Alonso win?
Who was the last Ferrari world champion? For Ferrari. Drove a Ferrari and won the championship in a Ferrari.
Michael Schumacher. Is it Rosberg? Did he drive for Ferrari?
He only won one. That was with Mercedes.
Yeah. Vettel? Button? I'm just guessing names now.
It was Kimi Räikkönen,
Ah.
the Finn. He
What
won
year?
it by 2007. He won it by 1
right.
point. Another year to watch. That was
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton's rookie
Rookie
year.
year. Yeah.
He was leading by quite a lot, and then
Wow.
McLaren left him out on wets in China. He then came into the pit lane and skated off into the gravel. Couldn't get moving again. Lost that race. Kimi Räikkönen won it. The following race, which was the final race, was Brazil. Lewis went through turn 6 on lap 3 and the car just pretty much shut off. And then he got it going again, but only when he was dead last by like quite a lot, and then fought his way through. But Alonso and Hamilton equal on points, 1 point behind Raikkonen. And that was the 2007 season. So for all those that don't know, we've had a couple of connection issues today.
Yep.
So this episode's probably been a bit spliced together, but Sinead, I think it's time to box, maybe find another router and figure out what's going on with our Wi-Fi connection. So yes, you've been listening to the Formula Fun podcast,
where Jay brings the formula
and Sinead brings the laggy fun. Bye!
beep beep.